and you go to the coal mines, and you go to the coal mines, and you go to the coal mines. Good evening, laddies, lasses, and lassos, and you go to the coal mines, and welcome to the click. You smell absolutely astounding today, and don't let anyone else lie to you and tell you otherwise. There is one type of content that never runs out on the beautiful internet, and that is insane parents. Welcome to r/InsaneParents. Enjoy. Mwah. Maybe these videos should be marked as educational. It's like, do you want to be a good parent? Do literally anything that isn't in these videos. Because the insanity is so diverse, you can use it as a process of elimination. After being thrown out yet again, I finally have the resources not to go back.
Where are you?
With a friend?
Head home now before it gets dark. I am down the road if you want a lift.
Not coming back. I am with my friend. I am safe. You don't get to throw me out and act like nothing happened. Not the first time this has happened. Won't be the last if I come back.
Try again. You had a choice, and you picked. Shows you would do anything other than try to help yourself.
Can't help myself when I'm constantly walking on eggshells. And I can't help myself when you won't help yourself. And don't tell me it's my fault you're not. I am not a toddler. I am not holding you back. Get yourself help before telling me to do anything.
Come home after youth.
Again, not coming back. Said that already.
I am in a buttload of pain and about to have a rest. You need to come back and sort out your job plan stuff ASAP or they'll cut you off.
What's with the weird capitalization of you? Is it supposed to be like caps lock yelling?
She may seem nice ATM.
I read it at ATM instead of at the moment because of the capitalization. The capitalization is so weird. It's bothering me so much.
She may seem nice at the moment.
She also wrote moment. At the moment. She may seem nice at the moment. Why does she write like this? This is infuriating. Holy shit.
But you haven't done any job search yet. You have to do a 20-minute a month. You forgot what she said, didn't you? You can do some in town, but I'm going to blorp and blorp tomorrow. So you're best coming and doing some there. Speak later.
Mama the fucking year. Not coming back. I will sort all that out on my own. You cannot demand for me to come back after throwing me out like garbage. Had to when I was a minor. I no longer have any obligation to see or talk to you. Mwah, slay. I am done. You made your bed, now lay in it. For context, I was thrown out of home yesterday because I didn't open the curtains fast enough and said sorry for it. The new rule in the house is if I say sorry for nothing, then I have to do push-ups. Wait, so the new rule is you can't say sorry for nothing? Okay, let me break this down. So the parents have created a very tense and hostile environment where the kids will over-apologize because otherwise they get punished. But now to overcompensate for that, they're not trying to make like a less tense environment. They're instead overcompensating that if the kids get tense and over-apologize, then they get punished for that as well. Is that just their attempt to like hide their poor parenting for the world so the kid won't seem like jumpy and scared of the parents and like not over apologizing? I'm kind of getting that vibe. I apologized for not opening the curtains, and she said get down and do push-ups. I said no. She said either do it or get out, so I left. I forgot the curtains, my bad. How dare you! Push-ups now! Now she is demanding I come back, and I will not. This is not the first time I have been thrown out like garbage. Last time I was dragged out of bed by my hair, oh they're also physically abusive, that's nice, and told to leave while my belongings were being thrown down to the veranda. That's like the porch, I suppose. She also threatened to kill my bird last time. I had to go back before, but I will not do that again. Never again. Wait, hang on, excuse me? You got punished for saying sorry unnecessarily? Not only is that the pettiest bullshit I have seen in a while, it's also just insanely cruel. Over-apologizing is a common habit humans develop when growing up in a toxic environment. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, they have created a tense, toxic environment, and now they're punishing people for responding with over-apologizing to that. You're punishing someone for the behavior you have forced them into. To them be punished for doing it is just, oh my god, I'm actually speechless. I'm glad you got out of there. Yes, let them be alone. Let them be alone in their misery. They have earned it. This woman shared on Instagram. My daughter is 13 now and has started to ask to go places with her friends. Am I doing too much by not allowing her to go unless I am there? I hate to be the strict mom.
Hey, Kaylee's mom. I was wondering if Kaylee will be able to go to the movies with me tomorrow.
What time?
4:30.
Alright, I'll see if I'm available to be there. Don't just drop her off. I'll have to stay to watch, y'all.
It's okay, she doesn't have to go. Oh, that is so sad. So the daughter gets excluded because the friends don't want to deal with, like, the helicopter parent. Ooh, that is kind of sad. I hate to be the strict mom. No, you love it. You are proud of it. You know exactly what you're doing. You want her to be dependent on you. You want her to be alone so she only has you. Okay, maybe this seems very intense. You posted this because you want us to see your achievement. I can only hope that whoever posted this on Twitter gets so much hate that she will be forced to back off, but she'll probably seek a single comment that will share her views and will consider them the only responsible parent. I mean, to be fair, I have seen that before, but this is also very, very presumptuous. The way it's going, she is dying in a nursery home. Okay. Man, sometimes Reddit is very intense. You've built quite a narrative here, but she actually took advice and seemed genuinely embarrassed when called out right from the get-go. Yup, and explained that they live in a very dangerous small town where the police advise parents to stay with their kids and not just drop them off. I mean, that provides a bit more context. I mean, I think you can still make it work in certain instances where the kids don't feel like they're gonna exclude their friend because a parent is overbearing. Or, you know, maybe the parent can be more sneaky about it. You know, like, oh, if you really are worried about your kid going to the movies, just like sneakily book a ticket for the same movie and just sit up in a corner somewhere, like out of the way. That would be perfectly fine. I think if I was worried about like my kid's safety or something, that's probably what I would do. Like, don't be invasive. Don't sit next to your kid and their friends and like be that sort of way. Just like casually watch over them from a bit of a distance. Give them their space, but you can still be present and like be there for them if things feel unsafe, you know? So that's probably like a good in-between if the area is probably dangerous. And then also, of course, play dates by people's houses you can probably do without being overbearing. Just leave the kids to do their thing and play games or whatever in, you know, their own room or the living room or what have you. There are certainly, like, compromises in these kind of things that I think are just good for everyone. This mom has been lying about her daughter getting with her ex-husband for ages now. Oh, it's on TikTok. Of course it's on TikTok. A drag path, but it's me healing last year after my husband left me for my daughter. 300,000 likes. Holy fucking shit. This is the part I hate about the internet, man. Oh my god. Some days I can't believe I made it out of that alive. Sometimes you just have to watch your mom publicly accuse you of sleeping with her husband and go about your day. Oh my god. There's a special sort of flavor about resolving family drama and being vengeful towards your own daughter and ex-husband over TikTok. If I can just get this viral enough, that'll be my payback, and everyone will believe me. Knowing damn well I have a boyfriend. Oh my god, that is so unhinged, man. Yeah, that woman is a super narc. Her daughter sided with her ex-husband after he asked her for a divorce, and she basically said they're sleeping together and that's the reason to blackmail her, essentially. Wait, is that what her entire TikTok account is about? She's just posting videos about this? She's completely nuts. I wonder why her husband asked for a divorce, huh? It is one of the great mysteries of the universe. She keeps talking about a court date and how they will all see. But like, see what? Lemafau, she has no evidence. Okay, I almost want to download TikTok, but I hate videos. Anyone want to do a TLDR? There is an entire lore behind this. I was kind of hoping for it just be like, oh, this is a one-off, really weird TikTok that happened to go viral because it's really rage-baity. But there is an entire lore about this. From what I've gathered so far, this lady, Melanie, is convinced that her 28-year-old daughter is actively plotting against her and stole her second husband from her. Her daughter is her own. The second ex isn't related to her. What I'm understanding is that Melanie was so insane during the relationship that the daughter sided with the ex when he filed for divorce around last year. Because of the daughter's allegiance with the ex, Melanie thinks that the ex left to be with her daughter. She's been posting pretty consistently about how her daughter got her family to shun her, how her longtime friends have turned their backs on her, and how it's all her daughter's fault. What's that old saying? Like, if one person smells like poop, they probably stepped in poop. But if everyone smells like poop, you should check your shoe, you know? That's that sort of situation. Like, oh my god, how could everyone cut me off and my daughter steal my husband and these are wrong and these are wrong and how can they side with her? Maybe after a while you should consider that you're the common denominator. You know, math is a thing. She has gotten some attention for it in the past, but I believe this is the first time one of her videos has gotten this much. Can you believe being the daughter in this situation? You're being accused of, like, cheating with your mom's new husband, and the TikTok that is claiming this gets 300,000 likes. That is
absolutely insane. And that is just the likes. Remember that like maybe a tenth of the people who actually watch a video engage with it. So this is possibly like millions of views. Millions of people have seen this and seen your mom's insane claims about you stealing her ex-husband. And also, you know, the details about like all the mom's friends and stuff cutting her off because, of course, she is absolutely bonkers. But that is beside the point. Oh my god, that's nuts. The video got so much attention that the daughter spoke out on her own TikTok page about how she had no idea her mom was saying all of this, and how it wasn't true as she has had a long-term boyfriend of 5 years, so the storyline wouldn't have matched up. The daughter has never been malicious towards the mom. The most she has done was put her mom in a 7-day psychiatric care with the help of the ex, which seems to be the driving factor of Malane's behavior. She recently made a video about how her daughter is calling around to stage an intervention, is asking her coworker if she's alright, all things she sees to be malicious. Meanwhile, it all seems that the daughter wants the best for her mom, but from a distance. In fact, they haven't spoken consistently in about 15 years, according to the daughter.
Oh, the daughter doesn't even speak to me, but then she swoops in and steals my ex-husband. Gosh darn it.
TLDR, mom in screenshot 1 believes daughter in screenshot 2 helped her ex-husband divorce her, so they could be together, and has been making videos and fabricating details about this to convince other people for about a year now.
It's been going on for a year.
Can you imagine your mom being so salty about getting divorced when they're obviously in the wrong for like countless reasons, and then making TikToks for millions of people to see, claiming you're like a homewrecker and stealing husbands inside of your own damn family? Holy shit. And this sounds like a really big like court thing just waiting to happen, to be honest. I hope the mom gets the help she needs because she obviously needs it. And I hope the daughter gets the peace she deserves because, oh my god, this is so dark, man. This is insane. A loving suggestion from my father.
You sound like the miserable soul I remember. Put a water pistol through your head and pull the trigger.
That's what you should do. The world would be a better place. You just said that to your child. Warm and fuzzy, you know. This is coming from the poor excuse of a man that beat and me until my mom and I left when I was 14. I am 28 now for reference, and he is still this evil. That is crazy. It's been 14 years, and he is still at it. I mean, losers be loserin', I suppose. I was kept out of school because I was so covered in bruises at times. My parents would coach me on what to say if a teacher ever asked me about the marks on me. Sometimes I think it'd be great to figure out a way to ruin him. Reminds me of the last conversation I ever had with my dad. He died the next day. Self-induced alcohol poisoning. It ended up being the most positive thing that ever happened to my family dynamic. Yeah, it's pretty dark when, like, someone passing is the best thing that happens to a family dynamic. Oh my lord. I wish it didn't have to be that way for him, that he could have just been a normal person who learned from his mistakes and changed and grew and learned how to love properly. But in the end, I was right, for whatever that is worth. Do yourself a favor and go full no contact with them. They clearly don't care about you or your well-being, so you shouldn't either at this point about theirs. I appreciate that. I don't hear from him often, but he will find my number and text me randomly every few years from a new number. It is so frustrating. Wait, he like actually gets a new phone or like spoof a number or whatever solely for the reason to seek you out to essentially send you hate mail. After 14 years of not living with him or talking with him. Holy shit, man, that is some loser ass shit. Jesus Christ. Bro, my mom is tweaking. Oh, I think this is a photo of the mom's phone that she's sending to people about, like, their kid. Okay, let's see.
She has on all black, combat boots and those gloves over her arms. It stresses me out so much. Definitely anything but a CRA look. She wants to stick out like a sore thumb.
It's also called being a teenager, man. Were you never a teenager? That's the weird thing about these kind of parents that I never get.
You were a teenager yourself at some point. You know what it's like to teenage. I would have never let Bud dress like a gay school shooter. Color his hair purple. Dress like a gay school shooter. I'm fucking crying. The ladies that are mentoring me notice this too. It's gotta stop. Oh no, not the gay school shooter get up now. Oh my god. Oh, my stomach is hurting. Go call the gay school shooter.
She is texting this to my father. Bub is my brother, by the way, and I have many more pictures of her just on how I dress and look. Which isn't provocative or problematic in any way. No, for like, you know, edgy teenager get-ups or whatever, this whole thing seems very harmless. It's like a pair of like rippy kind of genie things and a couple of like arm warmers. It's pretty harmless, man. You should have seen the way some of my friends, and probably me included at some point, I maybe have repressed those memories, the way we dressed when we were teenagers. Oh my lord. CRA is my private Christian school, by the way. I'm sorry, but gay school shooter is fucking hilarious. I don't know why she cares so much, but that's a funny line. I mean, it's not even particularly out there. That's the wildest thing. Like the getup isn't particularly edgy or anything. It's like, man, just let your teenager wear their little arm warmers or whatever. Like, what the what the hell? Ah, nothing says good parenting quite like bullying your child behind their back about their clothing choices. That will make them feel confident and ready to take on the world. Go mom. The new wave of homeschooled kids is going to be so unprepared for the real world.
Creative worship this morning. We asked the Holy Spirit to speak as we painted, and I wrote what was spoken. God, teach us to teach our children more about you than ABCs, and who's the best at whatever.
God needs love. Jesus loves the little children. He loves me. Scribbles. Jesus loves me. I am the light. And then it's just like a bunch of like watercoloring and stuff. Oh my god, they're gonna be so unprepared for the real world. It only has one like though, so that is reassuring that they're not getting a super insane amount of reinforcement for this. But my god, you're doing your kids such a disfavor. Like, don't get me wrong, the school system has its issues, okay? But this is absolute garbage. This teaches them literally nothing. Man, I'm so glad I broke it off with the religious freaks in my family. Those poor kids. At my kids' speech therapy, there was a mother homeschooling in the waiting area. Those kids behaved and acted years below their maturity level, and every single subject had a heavy Jesus angle to it. Of course, the threat for their 9-year-old's tantrum was to not allow her to go to church that week. I mean, I would imagine for a normal 9-year-old, that would be the shittiest part of the week. You know, it's kind of like doing your chores, having to go to church. You know, it's in that sort of category. It's like, you don't get to go to church if you don't stop tantruming. Which for most kids would be a good thing. But then I realized that is probably the only socializing that poor kid gets all week without her parents hovering. So the kid got back in line. That is so incredibly dark. I wonder what kind of future they think they're raising their kids for. Maybe it's just a cult. Maybe they're raising them for cult vibes. That's just sweet and nice, isn't it? Trigger warning, racism. Being a mixed kid with a racist mom is not for the weak. Wait, did she just date people she hated? Like, what the
Since you wanna be black so bad, here you go.
Alright, what is this? All a multi-mineral BB cream, all in one bare skin tint. Oh, it's like a tint cream. Alright. Thanks, Mom.
What? You have me. I raised you, but you keep going around behind my back and trying to be an N-word. Like your dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, casually calling people slurs that you date and also including your own kid, that's the sign of healthy parenting right there. I'm also really surprised that someone would even be interested in dating someone they are so obviously hateful towards, you know? If you go around and spew slurs against a group of people, I wouldn't imagine they would be considered in the dating pool of said racist person. Does that make sense? Or maybe it's like a fetish thing. Maybe it's like it could be that. I guess it could be that.
This is what I get for loving you and raising you for the past 17 years.
Claiming that calling your child the N-word is loving and raising them is a little bit of a stretch, isn't it?
I raised you better than this. I am your mother. I have loved and cared for you your whole life, and you decided to turn against me for those people. So if you really want to do that, here's a tube of whatever so you can, like, I don't know, does blackface count if you yourself are from, like, black heritage? I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird. They don't want you. They have never wanted you. Stop disrespecting me like you have been. Stop talking about wanting to be an N-word. Again with the slurs. At least she's very consistent. You aren't. If I could drain that filthy blood out of you myself, then I would, but I can't, so need to knock that that whatever, I don't want to pronounce that word, poo off you on my own. I've been trying to beat that out of your whole life, and now you're just being difficult.
You know, usually when you decide to bring a child onto this planet, onto this fine lump of dirt of ours, you know, bring a new life into existence, usually in like an optimal sense, it's a representation of the love between the parents, you know, and like you see parts of yourself and parts of the love of your life in your child, and that is now the the most important person to the both of you in the entire world. And you know, that is something so beautiful and real and human.
What the f is this? What kind of love is this represent? What? I thought you learned your lesson. I am so disappointed in you.
I am sorry. I'm sorry your mom is a raging racist weirdo.
Don't be sorry. Be better.
Yeah, don't be an N-word, or what do you mean? Or use the cream if you really want to be it and just blackface or what this is so straight, this is so weird.
Being white is a privilege. Stop wanting to be contaminated by that filthy man's blood. It's her father. And shun it like I've been trying to make you do.
Also, like, what a way to raise your child and make them, like, be proud of themselves and their heritage and who they are and stuff, and be like, you're a filthy half-breed. It's like, wow, thanks, Mom. I mean, you're the one who fucking made me or whatever, but gee, thanks for that one.
I am disgusted with you. Maybe you really are an N-word.
Wait, let's go back a couple of steps here. Still go up a couple steps. She said,
this is what I get for loving you and raising you for the past 17 years. And then we just go back here for a sec. I am disgusted with you. Maybe you really are an N-word.
I just wanted to put those two side by side there real quick, you know, for the contrast in this absolutely unhinged rant. Anyway,
God, you're my biggest regret.
Usually when you say that you love someone and you have raised them and try to take credit for that for 17 years, you don't call them your biggest regret either. You know, this mom has a little bit of a streak of insulting their child. They're not only calling them a mistake and a regret, they're also calling them like filthy and dirty and slurs. My God, it's a bit of a checklist. What haven't you called them? Please don't call me that.
Why not? That's what you want to be, isn't it? A N-word.
Please stop saying that word.
I'll never stop saying it. If you want to be an N-word, you have to get used to people calling you an N-word.
Whatever, Mom. I am done with this conversation. I am a very, very white-passing mixed girl. Like, if you didn't know I'm half black, there's no way you would know. I've been trying to ask more about my dad's side because I've been raised fully away from him, and she hasn't been taking it well at all. She ended up ordering me that BB cream, which is way too dark for me. And yeah, that whole conversation happened at school, at lunch. And then she proceeded to refuse to pick me up from school and made me walk home. Ooh, she's also throwing a tantrum after she has been the one tossing slurs at her own family and her own kid. That's pretty sweet. That's very rich. What a quality person. I am 17 but unable to get my license because I have epilepsy. So yeah, great. What a horrible witch. If she hates black people so bad, why did she have a kid with a black guy? Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with this mom. Man, the fact that people like this procreate makes me incredibly sad. You know, sometimes you feel like having a license for having kids would be a good thing. I mean, I wouldn't trust a government in the world to actually enforce that fairly or whatever. It would be a nightmare in reality. But it's a fun hypothesis to like play around with, you know, because you see stuff like this and you're like, man, this person should not be a parent. They probably shouldn't be allowed in society in the first place. What an absolute pile of shit. I hope you're able to move out soon, because living with a parent that is so actively eager to call you horrible names and slurs and call you regret and all this kind of stuff isn't someone you ever want in your life. And one really cool thing that I hope you can look forward to despite this is the fact that the day that you break 3, which is probably gonna be very soon, you'll realize how incredibly easy everything became, because you don't have someone in your immediate surroundings, someone you're supposed to be able to trust and lean on, is no longer there to tear you down. All that energy you spent walking on eggshells, trying to parry whatever this is just gone. And all that energy goes to other stuff. It goes to like productivity or friends or just good stuff you enjoy doing or hobbies. It is a magical feeling, and I just know you will get there in the very near future. My house feels like a bad nightmare. Dad.
I just got massively chewed out for using my bathroom. Please don't go in our room without permission. This is a very stressful day for her, and I gave your sister a heads up. Our relationship is very fragile right now. I'm doing damage control and getting yelled at.
Okay, the door was open, I had to pee, and Blorp was doing her hair. I thought it was okay, since Blorp always was the one saying we should be able to use the bathroom in there.
Always ask. She is very, very mad. She's concerned about her makeup getting contaminated.
Okay. Her makeup isn't even in the bathroom. I'm so confused.
What are these house rules, man?
I will hear about this for the next week. Do not go into our bedroom even with permission. I told you again that Friday's going to be this stressful. I hate living like this. Not your friggin' bathroom. No more makeup or I'll take the fucking door off, turn off the water. I'm so too rid of the this.
Oh my god, you're tired of this? Literally the only thing I did in the whole situation was go in the bathroom without interrupting Blorp. Work to ask for permission like I'm in preschool. Oh, let's see, a bit of context. Blue is the dad, purple is my dad's girlfriend, and pink is the sister. Okay, so here's the sister chiming in.
I will gladly pee and poo in the kitchen if that was the case, but I won't clean up after myself either, since apparently someone else doing that as well. So I'm not allowed to use any bathroom. All I did was to ask for there not be poopy toilet paper on the floor, which I fear is the bare minimum.
Move out, everybody. I will live in peace by myself.
Context, my dad's girlfriend works from home. He usually locks the door to his room, but it was left open today because she is here. I used it because I had to pee. Before he left for work, he used our bathroom and left poopy toilet paper on the floor by the tub. She's the only one who uses that bathroom this morning, so we know it's him. The first screenshot is between me and my dad, and the second is a group chat with me, my sister, and my dad. Edit, my dad is the problem, not his girlfriend. He's trying to make it seem like it's all me, my sister, and his girlfriend's fault while taking no accountability. Wait, so did he like produced poopy toilet paper on the floor of your bathroom as revenge because you peed in the other bathroom? Is that what he was doing?
You peed in the bathroom I do not like, so I'll shit on the floor, like an adult man.
He is convinced that we steal stuff from his room or look through all their things. Context, my sister and I are busy adults. I work full-time and she works part-time while in med school. We do not care about what is in their bedroom, I just want to pee.
Next time, follow your dad's lead and poo on the floor, for dominance.
My parents hate each other, parentheses, again.
Sperm giver.
That's a pretty good name. It's on par with Spawn Point.
Hey, how are you?
Better. I hurt still.
At least you're feeling better. So, I wanted to let you know.
I took a nap and ended up fine. Yeah?
I don't think that we'll get to see each other until I have my license.
Aww.
Because even if your mother was nice enough to bring you to see me, I'm never going to ever look at her. I don't want to ever know that she's even breathes air in my vicinity ever again.
Why does he write like that, and why is this something you're dumping on your kid? That's very strange. Okay, what happened? Oh, asking is a mistake. No.
Something that if the rules were reversed, she would have no problem yelling out loud so that you could hear in terrible detail. But I'm not gonna be like her anymore, and one day when you're old enough to where it won't affect how you look at her.
I feel like I'm sliding into like a Trump voice because this is just like incoherent rambling.
But I'm not gonna be like her anymore, and one day when you're old enough to where it won't affect how you look at her anymore, I might tell you. But let's say it's worse than anything ever heard accuse me or accuse her of, but it's definitely not something I should be telling you about your mother.
Just tell me.
Dude, I would be a terrible father for letting you know. It's kind of bad enough that I'm divulging this month. The greatest people told me your mom is a poopy person. The best people told me all the people. Much sorry.
I so want to read this out loud, but it says FAG-UET, so it's like a rainbow baguette. It's really funny. I kind of want this on a shirt. Maybe I will buy this for my gay friends. I think I will do that.
And when I realized I kind of sent your mom a really mean message that I don't care about at all.
On today's episode of How American Are You, I deep fried a loaded gun.
Dude, I can tell you when it comes to deliberately trying to deceive or break a person that loves you, there's no worse than being without being illegal.
Maybe when you're like trauma dumping about your problems with your ex-wife or whatever to your own kid and they start posting in the chat, you know that maybe you're just like yapping a bit too hard.
It is the most vile thing anyone has ever done to me without breaking the law. Vile, not vile.
He types like a 10-year-old.
In Larry, we trust.
Do we trust in Larry?
Oh my, he keeps going. Why? Why?
Nah, more like barf. But regardless, me and your mom, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't even exist in the same timeline anymore, and the only thing out of everything I own or property that I want are my comics books. Can you please don't forget it. Punctuation. Don't forget them the next time you go over there. Keep them with you in your room.
Yes, okay.
And if she asks you if I'm ever gonna get my stuff or anything about my stuff or anything like that, tell her I said to burn it. Tell her to stuff it would fit up right up her ass. Whoa, now that you're older, Pookie, me and her don't have to have a connection.
He even dropped the Pookie. Man, he's like a Discord cringe lord while we're at it.
We don't even need to be connected by you. We can have a mother and you can have a father. It's nothing to do with each other whatsoever and doesn't have to affect your life negatively.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. And if I told you I really thought your mother, what happened to her would probably definitely change your opinion on me. Probably. Until you find out why I felt that way. Until you're old enough and I trauma dump some more. Then you'll believe me, son. Then!
Dude, you have to be so pissed to still be talking. Max vague posting.
Dude, and since she was stupid enough to do it, I'm not explaining it. I'll even tell you she's dumb enough to make evidence willingly.
Damn.
I mean, when your kid has hit you with like 5 damn that's crazies and about 6-7 shit posts in a row, it's time to stop yapping.
For context, I, 15F, live with my mother and her boyfriend while my father lives 2 hours away. They have not been together since I was 12 and I've had 16 years of feuding and arguing. That sounds really fun to be in the middle of. What a treat.
Your dad talks like a middle schooler. Hey, don't insult middle schoolers like that.
Dad is funny now. Me thinking about how my ancestors passed down alcoholism instead of money and land. My sober alcoholic dad just sent me this meme, and this is the first meme I've ever gotten from him. I didn't think he knew what memes were. I cannot stop laughing.
That is absolute slay.
Dad is overcoming his addiction, and he's being funny about it. Slay Dad. Hell yeah, this is the wholesomeness we needed in this video. I agree with your parentheses insane ? Dad. I would love to know what generational wealth feels like, or knowing that you would be receiving land someday. Nah, for real, like that's how I feel. He never passed on anything. His mom was an alcoholic, so I don't know if he's referencing him or me. I mean, maybe he's referring to, like, his ancestors, you know, when it's like, or maybe to you, yeah. It's like your ancestors. It could be both. It might be both, but I would also suggest that you're getting alcoholism, so maybe he's just referring to himself. Bullying your son's ex-girlfriend from 15 years ago? So here is a new picture.
Ah, you are better than these pictures you post. Stop with the duck lips and your bulbs hanging out. Ah, goodness sake. One you even took in a bathroom with the stall door open. You're old enough to know this image is not okay. Social media follows you everywhere. Especially when you look for a job. Put your clothes on and act your age.
If anyone has a problem with anything I post, you're more than welcome to not cause a scene in my timeline and unfriend me. I promise I will not take offense and will not miss you in the slightest. You tell him, love you.
I did. I'm so glad my son didn't stay with you any longer.
Wait, so this is like the mom from their son's ex from 15 years ago. And she's like angrily posting beneath her selfies on Facebook. Damn, talk about living rent-free in someone's head.
Rent-free? In this housing market?
Slay?
You already slept with most of the boys in school, and it was definitely not because of your wonderful looks or personality. They just knew you were easy. Grow up and I'm unfriending you. Who wants to look like trashy girls?
These aren't my screenshots, but I thought this poo was just way too insane not to post, especially when I know so many women like this in my own personal life. In her post, she said, not that it matters, but I dated 2 people in high school, one of them being her son 15 years ago. If you have the smallest homophobic or racist bone in your body, stay away from me. Lol, she wasn't even the one romantically involved with the person, and yet they live rent-free in her mind. I'm trying my best to not assume she's one of those emotional incest moms that's just jealous of anyone their son dates, but I am failing. I was thinking the same thing, honestly. This is obsessive, crazy ex-wife behavior, not mom behavior. It's not even like mom behavior. It's mom of an ex you dated 15 years ago in high school. It's like so many layers of separation. It is ridiculous. I can't tell if my mom is insane or if I am a bad child. Spawn point.
Yeah, I was born with how I feel, almost,
What? Anyway, let's read the thing that she was upset about. Did you know that 2 to 3 glasses of wine per day can reduce your risk of giving a poo? That's pretty funny. It's like a mildly funny, like, wine mom sign, you know? I'm kind of down with that.
Sweet, can you please come pour me a glass?
I am not licensed in bartending.
And I don't approve of you sending me this kind of profane messages.
Is this really what we're gonna pearl clutch about today? Alright.
Do it again and you'll lose your phone for 24 hours. Yeah, if you send me another wine mom poster, I'll take your phone.
Alright, sorry. It was just a clip of my video that was already censored. I thought that made it okay. Your mom cannot be this pearl clutchy about mild swears. It's the word shit. It's not even like an F-bomb or anything. It's like one of the mildest slurs in the book. It's like saying darn.
And she's like, oh my god, I will take your phone if you say darn at me.
This is a lot of backstory. This is just an example of her suddenly switching up on me. I, 16 FTM, was raised with 2 siblings. They're adopted from my aunt and both left by the time I was 10. But that's a story for some other time. My mom, 49F, is very homophobic. She's constantly said if I'm ever gay or trans, she will disown me. She even threatened to my school counselor over it. Seems like a stable person. But lately, in the last few months, she's just been mean. I'm learning to drive and she's constantly saying things like,
"Do we need to set up stop signs in the backyard so you can learn how to walk through them?"
every time we talk. She's snapping at me to do stuff and making jokes at my expense. But she can't deal with the word in like a wine mom poster. Man, got it. Man, it's always the people who are so mean to others that are like the most sensitive about anything that could be remotely offensive to themselves, isn't it? She says I do the same thing to her. My house is very banter-like, but her stuff to me is,
"Are you stupid? You're such a dumbass."
That's not banter, that's just insults and yelling.
"How have you gotten this far? You're gonna get a belly like your dad."
And I feel like that's more hurtful than, maybe if you didn't keep getting out of bed with a broken leg, you wouldn't keep falling. Yeah, one is definitely more bantery and one is just mean. And then there's a bit more context, but it also ends with, she moved us across the country twice because she doesn't like the house, or needs a change. Since the original move in 7th grade, I am 10th now. We've lived in 6 different houses. My dad works remote, so his job is not affected by the moves. We've had no family in any of these states outside of our home state. My stepfather used to do this. It will be fine one day and then a big issue the next. I mean, she's obviously fine with like bad language and stuff because she's calling people dumbasses and stupid and that kind of stuff. Those words are certainly meaner than like not giving a shit on the wine poster, okay? So it's very hypocritical as well to be so offended about something, but also like pretend that what you're doing isn't just directly mean and bullying. Dad called me a prostitute for coming home later than 11 p.m.
Absolute slay, Dad.
Dad. Hi, Funk. I've been concerned about you coming home very late lately. I just wanted to make sure you're safe. You mentioned going to the movies often. I'd like to understand more about how you're spending your time. If you have extra time, it might be helpful to consider getting a job or engaging in something productive. I'd also appreciate if you keep your location on so I know you're safe. Let's talk when you have time. I love you and care deeply about your well-being. I sense that you're hanging around with bad people, and they are influencing you negatively. You go to clubs, probably exposing you to drugs and alcohol. You're not looking for a job. After today, if you don't come home after 11 p.m., you will have to stay outside.
Parent concerned for safety. If you come home late, I'll make sure you stay the entire night outdoors instead of home in safety. That's actually how much I care about your safety.
You cannot be coming home every day very late and dressing like a prostitute.
Oh, and here's a selfie. This is how they were dressing. That's the prostitute dress up. And also, just to clarify, even if someone was dressing spicy or whatever, that still doesn't make this sort of behavior okay, and it doesn't make any other sort of like bad behavior okay either. That just goes into like, what were they wearing territory, which is really gross in many ways. But yeah, no, this parent is pretty unhinged.
"I'm concerned for your safety. Therefore, if you go home later than 11 p.m., you'll sleep outside. It's obviously the most safe and sane decision."
Bro, it's infuriating. Mom thinks McDonald's serves human meat. Here we go, baby. Some classic Facebook conspiracies. Hell yeah.
Tell me if it isn't true. E-Files reveals McDonald's serves human meat?
E-Files, I'm guessing that's like supposed to be Epstein files. What did they have to do with McDonald's meat? Anyway.
"We're not eating McDonald's no more. It's not okay."
How did you acquire this information?
You can look it up.
I like how the contact name is also emotional landlord. Anyway.
You can look it up. I did, and there are a lot more things other than this that are not okay about McDonald's. Please just don't eat there.
I mean, yeah, you can certainly criticize McDonald's for a number of things, right? You don't have to make up shit. If anything, making up shit about it makes the other criticism stick less because people think that the people criticizing are just whack conspiracy theorists, you know? So criticize them for the stuff they actually do. You don't have to make up things.
They use fillers in their meat. It's not a good place to eat.
The fillers is babies, I suppose.
Please trust me. I keep telling you I am a farmer's daughter.
And if you zoom in on this little post, it says Meta AI. So this wasn't even an actual post someone made on like Facebook or something, which still wouldn't be a source. Anyone can make like a post meme with some text on it. But this post meme is generated by AI. Whoever made this couldn't even put in the effort to write their own damn meme about fake conspiracies. It is so stupid and also lazy. It is hilarious. Man, source criticism surest thing that is necessary in the world. Maybe it just doesn't exist anymore. Maybe I hallucinated that it ever was a thing in the first place. I do hope you enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed having you here, you wonderful, beautiful beings. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day because you do deserve it. And I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.